Alright guys, so I got the XJ pulled apart right now. I got the bumper off it. That's laying on the ground over here. Got the grill off, and got basically everything in pieces and in baggies and little things, so I know where it's at. So the plan right now is take this bumper off. It's rusted and it's kind of not in the best of shape. I'm gonna keep this one for now. At some point I am gonna fabricate another one, but for now I'm gonna keep this one, paint it, get the rust off it, paint it black. I'm gonna go ahead and install this 24-inch light bar on the front of it, and then we're gonna sand all these down and paint them black because it's kind of chipping anyway, and install those back on, and then we'll see how it looks. Hopefully it turns out pretty well. I've kind of got a weekend off of work, so we're gonna hope for the best and see if we can't get it done in a couple days. But it's Friday night. Got it all tore off. That was the goal. I'm kind of hungry, so I think I'm gonna go eat, gonna put the tools up, and we'll catch back with you all in the morning. Okay, day 2. We've been out here since, I don't know, 9 o'clock this morning, and right now we're taking apart the bumper. We got little plastic pieces that come off it, and then plastic pieces on the end. Taking those off. We've had to cut a couple bolts because of all the rust, and then we're gonna sand it back down, try and get some of this rust off and paint it. And I want to show you guys over here on the bumper, we have these little clips that go in here, and you snap them in like that, and then a bolt can go through this side, and that holds the bumper in. But this clip is for something else. All these bumper clips that are supposed to go on there, except for that one that I welded back on, broke off because of the rust. And so I'm gonna take those, and I gotta weld them back onto here so the bolts will have something to screw into. So that's another thing. The simple projects like this kind of take a while when your Jeep's rusting out, and a lot of the XJs from the older models, especially out on the East Coast here, are. So we'll just take that into account. Hopefully we'll keep you updated. Alright, as y'all can see, we got the grill hanging up here, and we got these little frames for the outside for the headlights hanging up, and those have been primered. We got 3 coats on them already. And we're gonna come over here, and here's the bumper, and there's the little end caps that go to them. We put 1 coat of primer on here. We're gonna coat it 3 times with the primer, and this is just a really thin coat for the first one. We're gonna add a couple more, and it was real rusted. You can't hardly see it anymore from just that first coat, but it had a lot of rust on it. We went ahead and used a wire brush and got a lot of that rust out, and took some 220 sandpaper to the rest of it, and then wiped it down with mineral spirits, and we're to the painting stage. So we're gonna let this get tacky. It's not gonna be too much with the sun. It's gonna be pretty quick, and we're gonna go ahead and paint the couple more coats of primer on it, and then we'll catch up with you when we're slapping that final coat on it. Alright, update on the bumper. We got that first coat of black paint on there. I'm using the truck bed coating to give it kind of a texture finish and good protection on there. I think it'll look pretty sharp. So got the first coat on there, Gotta wait 5-10 minutes for it to dry probably, and put the second one on. We got the first coat on these two. These are just the end caps, and those look pretty good already. And we got the grill done over there, which they all have the first coat on them, and the second coat actually. We just put both coats on these, and those look pretty sharp. So those are done. And then over here we got to get this stuff kind of cleaned up. But before I put on the bumpers back on, I'm gonna get some measurements here because I'm gonna be making a bumper here soon. I gotta get the holes to mount up. I gotta get those measurements and get some rough drafts on where to make those mounting brackets, and then I still have to weld these clips on. So we'll start doing that here as the paint dries. Okay, so we got the bumpers painted and they're drying. I'm gonna pick up a few tools here, and I'm gonna go get some lunch because we've been out here for like 6 hours and we haven't eaten anything. So before we get too hangry, we're gonna go get some lunch, and we're gonna take the Jeep because that's all we got to drive right now, how it is. So we'll see. Alright, got one of those the side headlight panels on, and it looks real good. We haven't got the rest of it on. It's a little tacky, still had to go back and touch up a couple places, but so far that black really looks good. So we'll see how it turns out. Alright guys, it is time to weld. I got all those brackets on where they should be. Now I'm just gonna weld them in place so they don't come off. So hopefully all goes well, or should I say all goes weld? No, I probably shouldn't say that. That's stupid. Alright, got an update for you guys. Got the grill on, the light brackets right around there, and that looks real good. Working into the night here on the bumper. It's all dry and put back together with the end caps on it there. All bolted back in. I got the light bar mounted and measured everything up, went to go put it back on, and it sits down in there, but the light bar is too far back on the bumper here, and it pushes right into the grill, and this bumper won't go back far enough to get those two bolts in. I had to go back far enough to get that one in and get the top one in, but you can't push it up far enough to get that bottom one near it because of this. So I'm gonna do a little bit of, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I think maybe I'll take this back off the mounts. I'll take those mounts and I'll actually file them down, or maybe grind them down a little bit to where I can move that bolt back and move this whole light bar forward about a 1/4 inch. And that'll probably be the quickest and the easiest solution. Move the light bar forward a bit on the bumper so it'll actually mount up. So I'm kind of wanting to get this done tonight, so I can take it into town tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. We'll keep at it, and we'll catch back up with you in a few. Alright, so we got the bumper on, and we got the light bar finally hooked up and installed. Tomorrow we'll have to show you a view of the bumper and everything when it's light and you can actually see it all. But tonight we'll show you the light bar, at least, since we got it in the dark. Right now I have my regular headlights on. They're upgraded to LEDs, but I'm going to show you my headlights, my brights, and then the light bar, and then all of them together. So first, these are the headlights right here, and then these are the brights, and then this is the light bar. So I have the light bar facing kind of down. It's pointed, those are the headlights and the brights, and go ahead there, that's the light bar. Light bar in the headlights, light bar in the brights. So the light bar is facing kind of tilted down a little bit right now, because that's where I'll be using it, is basically looking down at the trail or at the road in front of me. I can tilt it up a little and it give you more broad view, but I mean, you can see on either side here pretty wide. So that little 24-inch does it does pretty good. That's just a light bar by itself. It looks like a set of headlights. So I'm pretty stoked about it. We'll show you a good view tomorrow morning or afternoon of the whole setup up front. Alright guys, so it's the next day, next afternoon, and there's the finished product. It's I still got the wheel wells, or the fenders, and this back bumper to go, but I'll get you a little bit of a close-up here. There's the grill. It's all black, and the bumper there. Put those bumper stops back on it. Didn't really paint those. You could tell I've been kind of driving it today. It's got some bugs on it. And then there's a 24-inch Blazer light bar, which was real simple. The wiring simple on it, and it's real bright. So y'all saw that last night. It's so it looks pretty good, all things considered. I like the black color, and I'm ready to do that for the rest of it. So thanks for watching this, taking the time to check it out. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because we'll have more coming this way. We'll have the back bumper, and then have some fabricating stuff when I make some bumpers for it. And like and comment any ideas you have, or anything that you saw that I could have done different, or anything that I can make upcoming videos for. So appreciate y'all.